Hey, welcome back everybody to another Dave Blade Craft Stuff. And on today's episode, we're diving straight back into the old world of London town. So what we're going to be doing today is using all the leftover bits and pieces from the previous two builds to create ourselves a ramshackled old garage, sort of come storage unit that the rats use to hide away all their stolen tech and weaponry that they pinch off the Baron. So here we go, we're straight into the build here. So we're just taking our leftover wooden dominoes here and creating our little outside wall. We're only going a single story on this one, so nothing too dramatic. And we're just gluing these together with our lovely hot melt glue gun and just gives us a nice sturdy structure to work with. So using our trusty old coffee stirrers, we're just starting to create the first floor, or like the loft space of our garage. So we've just taken a few bits and pieces and cut them up into different lengths and sizes and snapped a few just to give it that sort of blown up look. And then we've just basically just created a nice little structure there using our hot melt glue gun. And there we go, we've just added some upright supports ready for the roof. Just nice and simple, just get yourself a nice straightforward angle to work with there. And then just hot melt glue the coffee stirrers into position. So this is where it really starts coming together now. So we're putting our floorboards into position there, just taking in some coffee stirrers and then just snapping them on one end, various different lengths, just again to give that blown up, war-torn look. And then we've just used some cardboard there, obviously some nice old El Paso stand and stuff cardboard, just to give us a base there that we can stick our corrugated paper sort of cardboard stuff to. So now we're just starting to add some detail as we're going along here. So I wanted to kind of slat the end of this building with like a little sort of hole that they've just sort of knocked through. They've broken the planks just to give them a little firing hole there that they can sort of shoot anybody, like any trespassers that are going to come on the land, mainly the Baron's men really. And yeah, so we've just again taken the old trusty coffee stirrer there, cut them at the angle on each end, and then just hot melt glued them into position. As you can see there, it gives that quite a lovely effect inside and outside as well, which is what we're looking for. So here we go, we're going to move forward now onto the outside walls of the building. And I wanted to kind of slat these, not with a coffee stirrer, something a little bit smaller. So I opted for the crafty matchsticks. And I say that because they're not real matchsticks, they're just bought from a craft shop. You get a whole bag of them for £1 or something like that. And using our trusty old school PVA glue, we just apply loads of the glue to the outside and then just randomly just place these all cut at different sort of lengths and sizes and just place them on the outside of the building. Just adds a nice finish and obviously plenty of texture. So I got a little bit impatient here because I should have let the PVA glue dry, but I couldn't wait. I just wanted to get this corrugated roof on. So basically I just took some of this corrugated sort of paper cum sort of cardboard and just randomly cut this into various different shapes and sizes of sort of squares and rectangles. And we just glued them into position using the hot melt again. And to get the piping along the top there, I don't know what that's called. Is it a coppice, is it? I'm not too sure. I have no idea on roofing terms. But we just took our purple straw there, split it down one side, and then just opened it up, cut it into little sections just to create our nice little roof effect along the top. Right, the main building is now done, so it's now adding all the little details to this model. And as you can see there, I've taken my, they're like cork tiles all sort of broken into little bits, but they make for excellent rocks and rubble and that kind of texture that you want on a blown up building. And beside it there, I raided my little bag of junk bot bits and found some tyres in there that I thought were quite suitable to scale. And I was just going to split the, so we're going to take the tyres and stack them up, and we're going to also take the middle sections and stack them up as well. Also found that nice wheel there that you can see in shot, and I thought that's going to look real cool, just sort of stood up alongside the building. So here we go, a nice couple of quick pictures there of the whole building finished and ready for the next phase. So here we go, we're straight out into the garage now, an area that we've got plenty of ventilation in, and we're just going to get this whole model undercoated in a matte black spray. These spray cans you can pick up, they're cheap as chips. This one I think was about $2.99 in my local quality discount store. And we're just going to, as you can see here, I'm just going to try and multitask and spray at the same time. We'll see how that turns out. A bit of a bad camera angle here, but there we go. You're kind of getting the idea of how I go about spray painting these models. And we soon shall jump to the finished article. And there we go. It's all fully undercoated in black. Right, after giving this plenty of time to dry, we're now going to jump straight in and give this another undercoat, and it's going to be in our burnt sienna paint. We basically put this on because it just gives us a nice little base colour for anything to do with rust, and obviously we've got a lot of wood in here as well, so going to give me a nice brown undercoat there for our various wood colours, and a great basis for anything to do with rust. So yeah, just really just haphazardly just slap this paint on to the whole entire model. You can leave as much black as you want, it all adds to the effects at the end. And after a couple of minutes of just getting this paint on, this is the end result of what we're looking for. So I thought in this video I'm going to show you a little bit more of how I actually paint these buildings and figures and bits and pieces. So as you can see here, I've got 4 different shades of brown lined up. I think I've already painted it in the darker brown. So it's just leaving us to apply the next shades, the different colours, etc. to this model. So here we go. We can see that we're just starting to build the layers of brown paint up here. And we're just using a technique that I use. I just call it a wet dry brush. So you kind of half load in the brush and then you just sort of brushing it on, not so you're fully painting it, just really lightly, and just making sure that you're leaving some of the sort of darker brown and the blacks sort of showing through. So now we're going to dive straight in here and get some of this metalwork painted up and ready to look the part. So here you can see I'm taking the lead belcher paint, which is at the darker of the metallics. And yeah, just using the wet dry brush again, really haphazardly painting this all over the metal areas. So yeah, it doesn't take long with this technique to really get through it, and that's the final result. So let's dive into a bit of dry brushing of the wood here. So we've got a nice light brown colour here. Real minimal amounts on the brush there, as you can see. And you just literally flick across, backwards and forwards across these areas, up and down, left and right. And with the minimal amount on there, it will just pick up all the raised areas of your wood, your rocks, anything like that. And as you can see here, it just ends up giving you an excellent finish and sort of more natural look. Right, so here we are. We're in the home straight of applying the paint. So we're doing the washes now. And here you can see I like to apply a black wash to all the metallic areas. Makes it look nice and run down and dirty and grimy. And to the wooden areas, I go for a really dark brown wash. And that kind of gives you that nice oily sort of mahogany result to the wood itself. And there we go, all of the washes are now applied and dried, and there you go. That's what the washes do. It also helps in tying in all of the colours. So if you put sort of bright colours on, then you think, oh, they look a little bit garish. But once you put the oil washes on, or just normal washes, it really does tie the whole model together. So the final stage now is just to add all of the foliage to the model. So we're adding some grass, we're adding some weeds, and of course we're going to be adding the vines to the model, just to really set it off, make it look run down, like it's been there for years, sort of decaying away, and it's got moss and grass sort of all growing round it. So yeah, just really adds to the aesthetic of the whole model. So, what's the lore surrounding the garage? Well, it's actually owned by the Rats, and these are kind of like La Resistance. They are the forefront of the for the townspeople, and these are a bunch of highly trained guys and girls, and they specialise in anything from weaponry to hand-to-hand combat. And these are the main forefront for the townspeople to actually try and take the Baron down. So they use this garage to store all of the equipment and weapons that they steal from the Baron. And with this being based on the outskirts of London, it's very, very rarely seen or come across by the Baron and his men. So as you're just watching the final glamour shots of the garage, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers and all of the new viewers. It absolutely means the world to us. And please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Always up for a good conversation about what's going on. And yeah, without further ado, I shall see you on the next one, which will be the Vine Mutants. So, if that's a bit of you, stick around, and I'll see you on the next one.